I wake up to sunlight streaming through my windows. Finally, the weekend is here. A day of complete freedom. I even got to sleep in a little. Imagine that. I get ready for the day and head downstairs for breakfast. My aunt, uncle, Mina, and Erilynn are already eating. Late breakfast for them,
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Good morning.
I'm glad we got to see you. We're just about to head over to the bakery.
You guys are getting started late then.
Yes, we don't see nearly enough of you kids these days. We've all been so busy, haven't we?
That's what happens as we get older. I grab some food for myself and join them at the table. Yeah, I guess we've all had a lot going on.
We should do something as a family. I've been missing everyone.
I know. Why don't we have a movie night tonight? It's been too long since our last one.
Can't argue with that.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, I love movie night.
Count me in.
Erilynn, you should join us too.
And she's in her normal wear.
I'd be honored. Is there anything special I should prepare for this movie night?
Nope, it's just all of us spending time together to watch a movie.
That sounds delightful. Thank you for the invitation.
I mean, you kind of live here, so you're more than welcome.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Then we'll close the bakery early tonight. I'm so excited.
You guys can do that?
Me too.
I'm looking forward to it myself. The movie nights with Mom and Dad were always funny too. We should have another one the next time they're home. Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime soon head over to the bakery while the rest of us finish up breakfast. After cleaning up, Mina and Erilynn return to their rooms to get ready for the day. I return to my own room. Other than movie night tonight, I have no plans except to hang with Kira. Maybe I should see if someone's free to hang out. Go over to Kira's place. What I need to do, I was going to check out the VR at Kira's place today. How did he forget? Like, that's an important thing. After getting ready, I leave the house. It's a bit of a walk from my place to Kira's, but the weather is warm and mild, making it a pleasant trip. The closer I get, the larger and fancier the surrounding houses look. Her home is in the really nice part of town. Even though her family doesn't live with her, it seems they still want her to be comfortable. These are nice looking houses though. She lives a little closer than I thought and I arrive early. Hopefully Kira doesn't mind. I stop in front of the address she gave me. Fancy black luxury car is parked out front. Am I at the right house? I didn't think Kira had a car. As I double check the address, the front door opens and I see Kira holding the door for an older man and woman. They're dressed in very tasteful upscale clothes. Mummy and Daddy. Those must be her parents, although Kira doesn't look much like them. I didn't know her parents would be here. Maybe I should leave. I don't know how they'd react to their daughter having a strange boy over. Kira spots me before I can go.
Oh, you're early.
Her parents turn around and look me over.
Hello, young man.
Hi. Hi. Sorry. Is this a bad time?
Not at all. We were just leaving.
Ah, is this a friend of yours, Kira?
Yes, he's a classmate from school. We have a school project together.
That's not a lie. Hi, I'm Sylar. It's nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Igarashi.
The pleasure's all ours.
He extends a hand, which I take. He grips my hand firmly before releasing. Somehow, this introduction feels more like a business transaction than a real conversation. Mrs. Igarashi looks from me to Kira and back to me again.
Were you two going to remain in the house together?
No. This is what I was worried about. Set the story straight. Don't let them house block me. Don't make a big deal of it. I'm not really sure what the best way to say is. I mean, I don't know what this means by set the story straight. I mean, house blocking, it's not a big deal. Don't make a big deal of it. I feel like that's a bad one. I think we gotta set the story straight. Yes, but only so I could test out the Orbulus Chasm.
Oh, yes, of course.
Wait, is that gonna get Kira in trouble? It's still a prototype, so it's possible she shouldn't share it. Or not, we could do something else. No, that sounds exactly like what I want to avoid. Like, hang out? Kira stares at me and I trail off. This is just making things worse. Surprisingly, her parents don't seem to care.
Well, I hope you two enjoy yourselves. We're on our way out.
What just happened?
Yes, we're passing through on our way to a prior engagement and needed to pick something up.
Kira remains quiet as she walks her parents to their car.
It's nice that Kira has a friend. We don't normally hear about any of them.
Sorry that we weren't able to stay longer. Perhaps next time we can give you a proper welcome.
I'm very confused as to what's happening. No problem. I'm still confused by how relaxed her parents are about this situation. A strange boy staying in an empty house with their daughter, alone and unsupervised? If anything, they almost seem relieved to see me.
Goodbye, Kira.
Goodbye.
That was cold.
Have fun with your little friend.
I don't know how I feel about that comment.
I will.
They start the ignition and drive away, leaving Kira and I standing in the driveway. Your parents seem like they were in a rush to catch a flight or something.
No, they're always like that.
Her voice sounds tight. Even though her face remains a neutral mask, she turns to me.
Do you want to come in?
Sure. She abruptly turns and leads me into the house. That was a weird interaction. With her parents, that is. I follow her into the living room and sit on the broad couch. Her house feels very spacious and sleek. Hold up a second here. This is the Ace Academy one. I like this. Although she has the newest electronics and high-end furniture, it lacks the feeling of coziness that a home brings. It reminds me of a model house rather than a home that's lived in. We sit in an awkward silence. I could tell Kira is tense. She sits stiffly on the other end of the couch and doesn't make eye contact.
I'll set up the Orbulus chasm for you.
Yeah, something definitely feels off. I should make sure she's okay, play VR, and pretend like nothing happened. Well, let's be a good friend, make sure she's okay. Kira is clearly upset about something. I should make sure that she's okay before even considering playing VR. Hold on. That can wait. Are you okay?
Yes.
That didn't sound convincing. I don't think she'll tell me if I directly ask her. Maybe if we talk about something else, she'll be more willing to open up. It was cool meeting your parents. Sorry if I interrupted your time with them.
You didn't. They only came by because they needed something.
Oh, so it was a surprise drop-in? She nods. When are they going to visit next?
I don't know.
They haven't planned it yet?
No.
That's different. My parents travel often, but I always know when they'll be home. And if they surprise me, it's because they come home early rather than late. Kira seems prompted by my silence.
It's okay. I'm used to it. When I was at boarding school, I only saw them when I went home for school breaks. They said it was because it was hard to visit when the boarding schools had strict schedules.
Is that why you chose to come here to Matsukaze?
I wanted a new experience away from the busy city life, and my parents were happy to send me here.
That doesn't sound too bad. At least they seem receptive to her wants. Maybe that means they'll visit more now that you're in a regular high school. No more strict schedules to plan around.
Maybe.
I mean, this drop-in from them was more than what you normally see, right? It could be starting. She's quiet. I don't think that helped. Maybe she could ask them to visit. I'll visit her even if they don't, Every family is different. Yeah, let her know that I'm here for her. I'll visit. Kira's parents don't know what they're missing out on. Even if they don't want to see their daughter, I certainly do. She's kind-hearted and caring, and even though she puts on a tough front, she has a sensitive side to her too. Well, that's their loss. She blinks.
What?
Even if they don't want to visit you, I still do.
You do?
Yeah, I have a lot of fun when I'm with you. She offers me a fragile smile.
Thanks.
Kira still doesn't seem completely herself. I wonder what else I can try to cheer her up. What does Kira like? Suddenly, an idea pops into my head. Hey Kira, can I borrow your kitchen?
Huh?
She looks completely confused. I'll bet no one's asked her that before. I mean, is it okay if I use your kitchen? I just need to make something real quick.
Oh, I guess so.
That is such an odd request. She leads me into the kitchen. As with the living room, her kitchen is full of expensive, state-of-the-art gadgets. Aha, she has a milk frother. A smile grows on my face. Thanks, Kira.
What should I do?
You can sit down. I'll just be a moment. Kira looks skeptical. I know this sounds sketchy, but don't worry. I won't be putting your very expensive toaster under my shirt. I think I see a smile. That was a kind of a lame joke, but it worked.
Okay.
She goes back to the other room. Good. Some privacy. Kira was really happy when we were in the cafe with Hello Kitten desserts. There's no way I can whip up a cake here, but I could probably recreate that latte. I mean, how hard could it be? Deceptively. After brewing the coffee, I use the milk frother and hope for the best. A few minutes later, I'm holding a fresh steaming latte and bring it to the living room. Carefully, I place it in front of Kira. Ta-da! She glances down and blinks.
You made a latte?
I like this lighting here. Like, I really just like that we have the sun coming in from the left with all the shine, just to kind of emphasize her. Yes, but look what's in the latte. Kira squints to get a better look.
What is it?
It's Hello Kitten! Her eyes widen and her mouth gasps in a little "oh." I can see why she's confused. The beautiful Hello Kitten I wanted to make looks a lot more like a frothy, lumpy cloud. But it's the thought that counts, right? Hey, it apparently is gonna work. Suddenly, Kira covers her mouth with a hand as she breaks out into giggles. They're light and delicate, like bubbles.
I'm sorry, but Hello Kitten?
She giggles again. Although I wasn't expecting that reaction at all, I catch myself smiling. Her laugh is gentle and sweet. When she calms down, a pink blush dusts her face.
I'm sorry.
I got her to laugh. Were you laughing at my masterpiece? I knew that would work. I mean, we could have success that... no. I knew that would work. I wanted to cheer her up. See, this is where I'm torn. It's either the first or the third on that one. I got her to laugh, take pride in that, but I just knew I wanted to cheer her up. Maybe that'll work as I was looking in for her interest. I knew this would cheer you up.
You were right.
She nods, still smiling.
Thank you for the latte.
Just that face she's making. She glances back at the foam and tries to suppress her laughter. She looks to be in a good mood. Hey, latte art isn't as easy as it looks. I like to see you try to make it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm getting coffee out of this, I don't care. We return to the kitchen. Kira puts down the coffee cup and heads over to the machine. I wait, curious to see the result. In a moment, she turns around and presents me with a steaming latte. The foam is neat and even over the coffee, and I can immediately tell it's the shape of a cat. I stand by what I said. Latte art is difficult, but clearly you have a natural talent for it. Such an unfair advantage. She giggles.
It helps that I normally draw.
She offers me her cup.
Here.
Offer her the good one, offer her the ugly one. I mean, I'll offer her the good one because she deserves it. I shake my head and reach for the latte I made. You should drink it. I made the ugly one, so I should drink that one.
No.
She thrusts her coffee into my hands and takes the ugly one for herself.
This one is mine.
I'm gonna take that as that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign? I think so. Are you sure? Yours is so much prettier. She hugs the ugly latte close to her. Alright, if I didn't know better, that reaction, that's a good sign.
This one was made for me.
That's a very good sign. I smile, feeling a warmth grow in my chest. Okay, then thank you. Kira looks like she's about to say something when she's interrupted by a chime from her phone. She looks down and her face slips into a frown.
Oh, it's my parents.
What do they want?
They're on their way back to pick up one more thing.
I feel as though I should leave so I don't intrude, but I wonder if she'll be okay. As if sensing my thoughts, she speaks.
I'll be fine.
Okay, then I should probably go. She nods. I help her clean up the cups before she walks me to the door.
Thanks.
Her expression has returned to neutral, but I can tell she's back to her old self again. No problem.
I'm sorry you didn't get to try the Orbulus.
It's okay. I probably would have picked a latte making game anyway, so doing it in real life was way better. Oh, that line is cheesy. Absolutely cheesy, but it'll work. She giggles.
Still, maybe the next time you come over you can try it out.
And she's doing the arm holding thing. That's the thing. So there'll be a next time? Kira nods. I grin in response. After we say goodbye, I start the walk back home. My heart feels light in my chest and I catch myself smiling. This is the first time I saw Kira really relax around me. I hope I'll be able to see more of her smiles and hear more of her laughter. Soon, I return home and go up to my room. It's movie night. I spend my time relaxing and playing video games. Eventually, I grow bored of that. There's still a little while before movie night, so I decide to head downstairs for a bit. When I get there, Mina is playing on her phone in the living room. She looks up when I enter.
Hey, cuz.
Hey, what are you up to? Before she can respond, my uncle walks in from the kitchen. It looks like he's headed back to the bakery.
Oh good, you're both here. I hope you're excited for movie night. Amiko's closing up. I came by to grab something.
He takes a quick glance around the room.
Can you guys clean up this mess, please?
Mina and I take a look around the room. The futon cushions have fallen off of the couch. There are crumbs all over the table and more than a few on the floor. A few books and dirty dishes have been left out. Volunteered to help, so what's the problem? Just get it done and out of the way. I mean, get it done and get it out of the way, really. Uncle Hajime has a point. No reason to argue. I start gathering up the cushions and put them back on the futon. Mina sees what I'm doing and starts tidying up as well.
Thank you both. The rest shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna help Amiko close up. We'll start movie night when we get back.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Uncle Hajime heads back to the bakery. I gather up the dishes while Mina grabs the vacuum. Soon, she's running the machine over the floor. The loud whir of the vacuum cleaner draws Erilynn out of her room. She looks at Mina with some confusion.
What are you doing?
Mina shuts off the machine.
We're just cleaning up before movie night.
Erilynn stares at the vacuum.
You still use these antiques to clean?
Well, yeah. It's a vacuum cleaner. Do you not use vacuums?
I mean, we might have to break this news to Mina here in a second.
not like that. All of our cleaning is done by automated drones.
Fancy.
Automated drones? You mean like a Roomba?
Erilynn still looks shocked, and I hurry to interject. Yes, a Roomba. They're very popular in Sweden.
Oh, I wouldn't mind having one of those. It seems easier than pushing a vacuum.
You said you're cleaning up before movie night?
Yeah.
In that case, as I am also a participant of movie night, I shall help.
I'm very confused here. She's offering to help. Mina perks up.
Really?
Yes. Cleaning this whole place is a lot of effort for you to do alone, Mina. It'll be easier if I help.
I'm helping. I'm helping. Thank you very much. I'm helping too. Erilynn glances at me, looking for a moment as if she'd forgotten I was there.
All the more reason Mina will need my help.
We're fighting.
Okay, let's get started.
Erilynn grabs the vacuum.
How do your cleaning machines work?
Oh, well, you just kind of roll it over whatever you want to clean.
Erilynn rolls the vacuum back and forth, looking puzzled.
Like this?
No. First, you have to turn it on. Like this.
Mina presses the button. Erilynn's eyes widen at the loud roar. She jumps back like a startled puppy.
Why is it so loud? Is it having some kind of meltdown?
Nope, it's just shouting and sucking all at the same time.
What? No. It's always like that. Now run it over whatever you need to clean.
Don't you bring it near me.
Like this?
She carefully pushes it back and forth over the carpet.
Yes, exactly.
Satisfied that Mina and Erilynn have things handled for the moment, I resume picking things up. As soon as I turn my back, I hear Mina shouting.
No, not like that.
I turn around and see Erilynn trying to roll the vacuum over the coffee table. She freezes at Mina's shout.
What?
Not on the table.
You said to run it over whatever I need to clean. Does the table not need cleaning?
She brings up a valid point, though.
Yes, but we'll use something else for that.
Mina gently takes the vacuum from Erilynn.
The vacuum is for the floor only.
Ah, yes, I've mastered this now. Behold the cleaning powers of Grade Representative Erilynn.
I think the power's going to her head. She runs the vacuum over the same little patch of the floor over and over. That's not going to work. Let's have her do something else. I grab the cloth to wipe down the tables and offer it to Erilynn. Here, since you wanted to clean the table, this is what we use instead. You want me to show you what to do? Erilynn scoffs.
As if I would need assistance on how to use a rag.
All right. Okay. I step back and she comes over to the table. As Erilynn wipes down the surface, she just pushes the crumbs off the table and onto the carpet. I sigh. Guess we'll have to vacuum that up in a minute. Erilynn stands up, gazing proudly at her work.
Look at that spotless surface. Not a crumb in sight.
Yeah. I glance at Mina, who silently comes by with the vacuum. We end up having to redo some of Erilynn's cleaning, but it does actually go a little quicker with her helping out. Finally, all the floors get vacuumed, and the last stray bits of stuff get put away. At least she tries helping, at least. When we're done, Erilynn beams proudly.
See? No trouble at all. Aren't you glad I was here to help?
Sure. Thank you for helping. Where was the part where you were helping? Thanks. Yes, thank you for helping. Having another pair of hands really made this go by faster. Erilynn nods.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you for your help, Erilynn. It was a lot quicker with you helping out.
You're welcome, Mina. I was happy to assist.
I'm going to go make some popcorn before Mom and Dad come back.
I'm just kind of surprised Her Majesty wanted to help. Good idea. Mina heads towards the kitchen. As soon as she's out of view, Erilynn collapses on the couch.
Well, I'm just glad that's out of the way. It'd be a bother to have to do that again.
That was just routine cleaning. We'll have to do it again in a week or so. Her eyes widen.
You have to clean that often?
Yeah.
How exhausting! I didn't think cleaning would be such a difficult task, but after tidying just one room, I'm tired and could use a rest.
You're really lazy. We normally don't just clean one room either. We clean all of them. She glances up at me.
Don't you ever get bored or frustrated having to clean so often?
We all use the space, so everyone pitches in with cleaning. When we all work together, it's not so bad. Like today. We finished up our chores pretty quickly. Erilynn's quiet for a moment.
Perhaps I haven't fully appreciated just how much effort goes into little things like this.
I'm sure Erilynn's never had to think about cleaning or chores in her life. As she said, the palace has drones to handle all of that for her.
The next time you have to do chores, please let me know. As someone who also lives here, albeit temporarily, it would only be right for me to pitch in.
That's kind of honorable of her, really. I'm kind of surprised. Thanks, Erilynn. She smiles.
You're welcome.
I'm sure Uncle Hajime and Aunt Emiko will be back soon. We should get ready for movie night. Erilynn nods. Right on cue, Uncle Hajime returns with Aunt Emiko.
Hello, everyone! We're back!
Uncle Hajime surveys the room.
This place looks great.
Aunt Emiko nods.
It does! Are we ready for movie night?
Of course. Mina returns to the living room carrying a big bowl of popcorn.
Yes! Yay, movies!
She puts the popcorn down on the table and Uncle Hajime grabs the drinks. I turn on the TV while everyone settles onto the couch.
Did we ever decide on what we're watching?
Nope.
Just pick something with pongos. They're all good.
You would agree, wouldn't you? We'd all agree. Anything with pongos is really good.
Boy!
He agrees too.
What's a pango?
That. Right there.
Just the most adorable thing ever. They're like these big squishy balls of love and joy. Look, I can show you a picture of one on my phone.
Erilynn leans in to look at Mina's phone.
You're right. They are adorable.
Told you everyone thinks so.
What do we have streaming this month?
I grab the remote and start scrolling through the selection on Netflix. The Pongo Vengers, Pongo Cemetery, The Princess Poiries, Pongo Wars, Harry Pongo and the Wizard Poise, Mission Impossible, The Lion Pongo. Oh, good ones. What would be a good one here? Pongo, no, not Pongo Wars. Mission Impossible, that's just funny. I'm gonna have to go with The Lion Pongo. This brings me back to my childhood. A young Pongo prince is tricked by his uncle into thinking he killed his father and flees the kingdom, only to find out the truth in adulthood.
It's been a long time since we watched that.
A classic, really.
I remember when you kids used to watch that movie on repeat.
Erilynn shifts to attention.
A kingdom in peril? This one sounds interesting.
You're gonna love it. Of course that would catch her attention.
Although it also sounds quite sinister.
Huh. When you put it like that, it kind of does. But it's not. It's actually a kid's movie.
Yep, as they say in the film, Hakuna Mapoi Poi. I can't believe I just said that phrase. I'm gonna move on.
What does that mean?
Mina bursts into song.
It means no worries for the rest of your boys.
Erilynn grins.
I do enjoy no worries.
Don't we all? I select our film of choice and squeeze onto the couch during the opening title. Erilynn is confused by a few cultural references, but seems to enjoy herself anyway. She laughs along with the rest of us and is on the edge of her seat for the tense moments. Finally, the movie comes to an end. Aunt Emiko sighs contently.
That was really fun. I'm so happy we were able to do this again.
Me too. We'll have to plan another one soon.
Uncle Hajime stifles a yawn.
But for now, I think it's time for bed.
I'm not tired.
Mina yawns widely as she speaks. I was about to say wake for it. I don't think she's fooling anyone. As we scoot off the couch, Erilynn faces us.
Thank you very much for letting me join your family this evening.
You're very welcome, sweetie. Did you have...
Oh, there was more to that one. Uncle Hajime grins as he motions her to the rest of us.
Then you'll have to join us for the next one, too.
Erilynn smiles.
I'd like that very much.
After cleaning up, we all head upstairs and disappear into our respective rooms. I didn't realize how much I missed hanging out with my family until tonight. Uncle Hajime and Aunt Emiko are always smiling. Sometimes I wonder if they feel like they miss out on a lot due to their work schedules. I should make more of an effort to include them. Do my parents feel that way too? It must be even harder for them with all the traveling they do. And make a mental note. The next time Mom and Dad are home, we're definitely having movie night. Warmed by the thought, I get ready for bed and fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. Nice, gentle thoughts thinking of including Mom and Dad with everyone too.